Black bipolar female. Black bipolar female. Black bipolar female.
My mom often tells me, you need a break. Your body needs to rest. I always felt like I could rest anytime. I also felt like I could catch up on my rest if I needed to. 2 or 3 hours of sleep for 3 or 4 days meant I could get about 10 or 12 hours on Saturday or Sunday and be fine. That seemed to work for years until my freshman year in college. At a certain point, I wasn't catching up on my sleep on the weekends, and 2 or 3 hours on weekdays turned into one or none. Right before my diagnosis, I'd gone a full week without sleeping. I honestly didn't realize it until I was at the end of the week, and then I began to panic about what if I couldn't ever fall asleep. I didn't know how to break the cycle of being awake. And ultimately, I ended up in the hospital where they gave me medication that made me sleep for days. But after spending so much of my youth staying up late and working at all hours, I've finally begun to add rest to my routine. It's in part because I can feel that I need rest in my body. When I was younger, I would just push through how my body was feeling because my mind could always outlast my body. As long as my mind could keep going, I would just drag my body along. Developing bipolar disorder made me think of my mind in a different way. It proved to me that my mind is not as strong as I thought it was, and that I had to take care of both my mind and my body. And really, I had to stop thinking of my mind as being something completely different or separate from my body. Stop thinking of my brain individually or independent from every other part of my body, because my mind is a part of my body. And just like the rest of my body, it needs breaks. I'm sorry it took a mental health breakdown for me to realize that. These days, when I think of the rest I need to get back to being a productive person who takes some joy in living, I think of the rest my full self needs: my body, my mind, and my spirit. Now I practice something that people have been talking about a lot recently. I protect my peace. When I first heard this phrase, I wasn't quite sure what people were talking about, but now I know. My peace is the way I feel when I'm not agitated, sad, or feeling any type of negative emotion. It's when I can breathe easily without feeling like there's anything weighing on my spirit or holding me down or holding me back. Being at peace to me means that my mind is quiet and I can hear myself think and feel the goodness of my breath. Now I know what triggers a disturbance in my peace, and I work hard to either completely avoid those situations or limit the amount of time I spend in them. One way my peace is often disturbed is by letting people emotionally dump themselves on me. I'm typically the person people come to vent. I listen and I try to make the person feel better, but afterwards, I feel the impact of living with the knowledge of their problems. And then I'm not just obsessing about the things I'm going through, but also about things that other person is going through that have nothing to do with me. That person walks away feeling better, relieved, energized, and I take on their anxiety, aggravation, or sadness. I had to stop doing this for most people, and I had to find someone who would do it for me. I've spent most of my life not communicating very well with people, not letting people know in a way that they can accept that they have done something that hurts my feelings. I would typically lash out in an angry way, and it would result in other people blaming me for how I feel. People would often use my anger as a reason for saying nasty, hurtful things to me or treating me unfairly. So, one of my solutions used to be to just not say anything at all. That seemed to work for many years, but I was not at peace. I had a lot of pent up emotions that I found difficult to manage. For me, it's very hard to let go of the way people have treated me or the negative things that people have said to me. It drives the obsessive thoughts I have about almost everything. And while those thoughts are rapidly moving through my mind, I cannot have peace. Another way I protect my peace is by identifying the things that relax and satisfy me and prioritizing those things. Sometimes it can seem like working to make money, pay bills, go on vacation, and keep a roof over your head are the only things worthwhile. But the truth is that if I don't incorporate and prioritize doing things for the pure joy of doing them, then I began to feel really sad and not interested in my life. I've reached a point where I really want to enjoy my life and what I do. The truth is, I'm really tired of doing things I hate and being treated like less than by most people in order to survive. I want to do things that I love while being treated with respect. I want to live comfortably, and a comfortable living for me is not about having millions of dollars or even millions of followers. I just don't want myself, or really anyone in my immediate family, to have to worry about things like where are they going to live, what are they going to eat, or how are they going to take care of themselves. And beyond the basics, I want us to feel satisfied and safe in the circumstances we find ourselves in. I've realized that the constant longing for something more or something better significantly disturbs my peace. I find myself in a good space right now, renewed, appreciating all that I have, and looking forward to the future for whatever it has in store, and not longing for everything to just be different, like somehow different means that things will definitely be better. Maybe being at peace is where I plateau. I don't feel like my life has to be any better than it is right now, which is a new thing for me because for basically my entire life, all I ever really wanted was for my life to improve.
Black bipolar female. Black bipolar female.